change a tire. This is a 1929 Model A Ford wheel. I've got a new tire and a new tube and a new liner. So what we have is a 19-inch wheel, 1929 Ford Model A, and then the tire is a 440 by 450 by 21, so that's not a 19-inch wheel, it's a 21-inch wheel. I sure hope that's right. Yeah. Okay, so we got 21-inch wheel. I don't know why I'm thinking 19. So what I want to do is put this tire on this wheel. So I thought I'd get you guys in on that. First thing we're going to do is put this liner on there. What it does is protect the tube from the wheel. That tube can kind of get on those rough spots of the wheel, and then that could be a problem. It's not easy. I remember doing this last time. Kind of a pain in the ass, really. Let's see, so far so good. Just make sure and get those little kinks and stuff out of it. Try to center it as best you can. And then of course the hole here for the valve stem is off about 4 inches. So let me see if I can turn it. That looks pretty good. Not too bad. And then we're lined up. Definitely want to get it as center as possible, but I don't think it's super important. I think that's going to work. That's what she looks like. There's where the valve stem hole is. So, next thing we want to do is get the tire on there. It's always good to use a little soap, so probably do that. Just any kind of soap, dishwasher liquid what I usually use. It's usually mixed with water, but it's been out here and the water's dried out. And it's just soap again. Hopefully I'm not putting too much. You don't want it too slippery. You'll never get it on there. The tire, a lot of times they're the same on both sides. I'll kind of look at them. See what I got, what's I like better. I don't remember. I think they're basically the same. I like this side. So we got it. Kind of got it down there. And this is kind of where the vice grips are going to come in handy. We'll keep that bead from popping off over there on that side. I got me a nice little rag here because I don't want to scratch it all up. Didn't have to be like super tight. So the tire is trying to double up on me and go all on at the same time. We don't want that either. Well, that's not working out too well. I have to put it on and take it back off again. Every time I do it, that's the kind of game you've got to play with me. I'm going to put it all the way on. And then turn around and take that one side back off. Alright, here we go. I definitely have to paint this wheel again. Fine. I love the finger pinch. Alright. Put the wheel all the way on. Put it back off again on the one side. And now it's time for the tube. So it's kind of centered in the wheel. The tube, the valve stem is centered. So it needs to go in from this side. So we have to tuck it in there. So the valve stem is kind of a bit of a pain to get it started. Probably better to start at the bottom, maybe. There's the hole right there for the valve stem. And here's the valve stem on the tube. Nice long valve stem. What we want to do is probably get that wheel back a little bit. Get that tube in there. Okay. Just make sure your tube's going in straight. I remember my grandfather at a gas station, I changed many tires with tubes in them back in the early days, in the 70s. There wasn't a lot of tubeless around, especially for like pickup trucks, stuff like that. Each one to kind of jump out, you got to keep pushing on there. The tire's kind of skinny, so it's not letting it go all the way. Just keep messing with it. What we got to do now is we got to get that valve stem in that hole. So the tube looks like the tube is needing to come over some. Go back in there. I'm going to raise this up so I can see it from the back here. Sometimes you can turn the wheel, you can turn the tire. Just want to try to work that in that hole if you can. It's getting really hard. Okay, I've got a tool I might be able to grab that with, hopefully. I've got this tool. You can screw that onto your valve stem. What I want to do now, basically, my stem seems to be good. When you rear the tire up, the stem's not straight, and it'll look all crooked in there, so I'm going to kind of double check that. The main thing when you have the tube in there, whenever you're doing this right here, you want to make real sure you're not pinching the tube. It looks pretty straight in there. I'm tempted to put just a tiny little bit of air, but I don't think I will. I think I'm going to start by clamping this. I'm going to start right here where the valve stem is. That'll hold that. And I'm going to go around and look very closely. Make sure my tube's not caught. That's the most important thing when you're doing this. I'm not even going to put any, I might put a little bit of soap, but it's probably going to make it more trouble. Oh well. It'll help probably. So you got to make really sure that you're not touching that tube. Really easy to scratch the wheel, that's for sure. So I got the tube right there, it's kind of sticking out. So what I want to do is push that in there, trying to get it past the wheel. Just take little bites, you don't have to get crazy. Alright, there it is, fell on there. One good thing about the soap being on there, it kind of keeps helping for the tire to pop up on the bead too. My compressor will probably kick on, I don't know, but so as it's coming up, you want to kind of make sure there's no tube sticking past the tire, because that could be a problem. I think it's looking pretty good though. Just kind of air it up slow, that way if there's any pinches maybe it will pull itself out. So make sure you have an accurate It was 18. Okay, we're 32. I'll live with that. So I'm going to have to come in here and touch up some of these spots. A lot of times you can just take like a little brush and just spray some spray paint in the cap of your paint can, and just take a little brush and you go around and just kind of hit these spots. So that's good. But there it is there. I do have a hubcap to put on there. I think I'll do that next. I bought these O-rings, and they're supposed to go around the hubcap, which I bought the little hubcap. Here's the hubcap. Nice chrome metal, good quality. And these little O-rings are supposed to go around this part of the hubcap so it'll fit tight on the wheel. But as you can see, I just put that on there. It's supposed to snap on there, but if you bend these tangs out, even if it goes over it, then it's loosened here. So, and then if you try to bend it from the inside with it on there, you're just going to scratch your cap and maybe dent it. So what I did was I just took this JB Weld Ultimate Black RTV and I just put it around just around the cap here. The lip on that cap is kind of small, so you don't want to put too much on it, you'll see that. I think it's all good. Just kind of smoosh her on there, don't get too crazy. But there it is there. 1929 Ford Model A wheel. I'm pretty sure this is the original wheel. It's kind of funny because you can see where they welded around each lug nut, where the stud comes through. Apparently it was cracking there and it's done on the back. And one of them actually had like a brazed, where somebody took a brazing rod and fixed one of these. That's kind of neat stuff that you run across. But I hope you enjoyed it. A little something different. I'm going to try to touch up these spots that I messed them up and do the next one. And I got 3, but I only have 2 tubes and 2 liners. So thanks for visiting. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like it.